who comes and stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good morning. This shit ain't working. All right. They changed how it works on here, and it throws it off because it says start stream, but then it takes a few seconds. But I hit they changed it. This fucking bullshit, man. But good morning. I'm a little behind because of it, like way behind. It's all right. I still got the 3 minutes till I really get started. So, but today's the day. If you haven't voted, you gotta go out and vote in person. I don't know if you could do the drop-offs today or not. If somebody could let us know that, it's kind of important. What the heck am I doing? Oh, I'm sharing on Facebook. That's what I'm doing. I voted last week. Got it done. I wore a sticker for about 3 hours. Today we're going to be reading Out of Courage to Change, which is an Al-Anon daily reflection. I like them. They're a little bit meaner, but they're pretty straightforward. They help us with some things. La-di-da-di-da. One more. There we go. Whew. Whew. Yesterday I was like, man, I haven't shaved in about a week. I'm like, I don't really feel like shaving. I'm like, oh, it's November. I don't need to shave. It's no shave November. I might shave it. I have a meeting November. Jesus criminy. They added these things on, like the time, that it's November 5th, 9:15 a.m. Doesn't help me. All right. There's some changes I just don't like. Welcome to Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host with the most today. If you're here, please say hello. Whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I'm presuming that's Leisure that's here with us. Yes, it is. I thought chat was up, but there it is. All right. Now chat is up. Good morning to you also. For a long time, I wouldn't say good morning. I would just say morning to people. Because you go to work and they're like, what's so good about it? I don't want to fucking hear it because I want to punch you anyway. I was just saying morning to be, cordial. But really, I just want to kick you in your nutsack. So, no, don't have a good morning, asshole. I'm telling you, I make a horrible employee. I know, Dion, you keep saying that, and that's what you'll be. Okay, I'm a horrible employee. I don't want to grow up. All right. I'm a Toys R Us kid. All right. Sometimes what I do is less important than why I do it. If I choose to speak up when something bothers me, my motives for speaking will influence what I say and how I say it. Yeah, your own motives, right? So what are your motives? Our cats are wrestling. I find that pretty interesting. So this is cute. See, I wish I could do it and be fluffy and no, because then people would want to pet me. Okay. No, thank you. Excuse me. I got him. They ran. Okay. The real thing here is, what are my motives? See, for a while there, like in the beginning of the program, I was on what I would like call autocorrect. Even if you were talking and you said something, you said it wrong, maybe you said a word backwards or something, I felt the need to correct you. I still do. I feel the need to correct you. And when people do that to me, you know what goes through my head? But for the grace of God, go you, Dion. It happens all the time, especially when you speak a lot. People like to throw their their own. I'm not going to go there because the way I'm going to say it makes it sound like I'm not. I don't think I'm going to do justice describing that. Um, I can only really use the examples of what I go through, and sometimes I have to utilize my anger to get to advocacy. Hey, if it's going to work, it's going to work. There's some things I'm willing to make amends for. Okay. We didn't get a detox because Dion advocated. I did. Now we're advocating. But before that, it was anger. It was anger. But anger is not a bad emotion utilized correctly. I didn't run around and call these people names and do this and do that. I didn't point fingers. Okay. The pain is we're now dead last in the country. Okay. Dead last. And I find that unacceptable. Okay. Yeah, well, why are we comparing? Well, in this case, we need to compare so that we know what needs to get done. I would love nothing better than for the whole thing be the United States is number one when it comes to recovery. I'd love nothing more than that, but that's not the way it works. It's not how the money works. It's not how the money travels. And the more you're educated with this, the more that you can get done and bring AA to other people. And that's exactly what I'm doing. But sometimes it takes a little anger first. It doesn't mean I'm angry. I am upset about that. I am angry about that. Do you see me being angry right now? Listen to the tone of my voice. A little bit. I'm a little irritated right now. Yeah. So, so what? So what are you going to do about it? Well, let's see. If we could be proactive and think about these things and think about everybody, check your damn motives. Why am I doing that? Why am I correcting this person? Oh, because they just don't want to get it wrong. They knew they made a mistake. Why can't the conversation just move forward without you opening your darn mouth? Why? I'll tell you why. Because you're not listening. See, if you correct somebody in the middle of talking, you're not listening. Well, yeah, I am. I heard him say that wrong. No, you're worried about the wrong thing. You're no longer listening. Check your damn motives. I went and looked up what is a big book thumper. Different answer for everybody. There's different versions. The first version was big book thumper is somebody that says I follow follow the tenets of the big book, right? And that's me. Yeah, but you bet I need direction, man. Then there's another one that describes it the same way, but then they put the word rigid in. Now we got something different. Now they're saying that big book thumpers are not open-minded in that one. Then there were some pretty bad ones. All people that are big book thumpers are just weak and they're trying to I feel, okay, because it's an opinionated statement. It's opinionated statement. But I am a big book thumper. I believe in the big book. A big book thumper means let's refer to the big book. What does the big book tell us to do? That's a big book thumper. That's it. A big book thumper usually has it memorized. Big book thumpers are dyslexic. But see, it's not like Leisure, you say I'm not a thumper. And thank you. In the sense that it might be bad, I'm not. It's all opinion. That one's opinion. Unless we go back to what it originally was, which I don't know what it is. I don't know the originality of it. Okay. Step 13 is not. Why did we pervert it? What the fuck? It's step 13. Now it means that there's no way you could change it. Used to mean that you died sober. That's what it used to mean. There was a program called Step 13, a great program. Thank you, Leisure Man. I appreciate that. Now, if it's because it may seem like some things I'm not open-minded about, and that's because of my experience. It'd be like you coming and telling me how to take a shower after I've been showering the same way for 54 years and it's working for me. It's all opinion. We're all going to have a different road, but we're going to do the same things. Yeah. Like when I say if you haven't done an in-person 12-step call, your program's incomplete. That is fact. That is not an opinion. It is fact. It's right from the big book. Okay. Why am I like that? Because I'm one of those people where I learn from others' experience so that I do not have to repeat it. I believe that. Took me a little while to come around to that. Because even young, I had an answer a minute. Okay. I've been going to therapy since I was 13, 14 years old. You think I can't get around you? You're wrong. That was the challenge for me. That was the thrill I got getting over on you. How easy people were. Now I utilize, what did I do? Well, I went and I confronted all of that. I still have those character defects. I still have these things, but now I use them correctly. Not everything is bad. It cannot lead to resentment. My anger is not a resentment. And one day you might figure that out. I don't know. No. Today I'm going to be writing the central office. They're ignoring me. You do not, and I went and looked up, make sure I'm doing the right thing. I've got all these books that tell me how to run things from AA World Services. And yeah, there's a few things wrong. Okay. Does that mean it's on the person there? No. No. The way I see it is AA itself is not supporting her enough. That's the way I see it. Yeah. You can't count on one person to take care of the whole thing. No. Have you ever been to the central office? No? Go. God's sakes, go to the central office and say hi. God. There's a central office? Ah, shit. Here we go. Do you have a GSR in your group? No. Oh, do you guys have group conscious? Well, yeah, we have a full group conscious for all the meetings in one. But see, it's wrong. That's all wrong. And I've even brought it up to my home group and it's old timers, and they're like, yeah, Dion, you're right, but we're old and we don't care anymore. Good morning, Amber. It's good to see you. 925, thank you. Usually you're like training or doing something right now, so I'm glad you're here. YouTube is where it's at for me now. Ever since I got shut down for those 30 days, I have like 3 listeners on Facebook. It's kind of funny. So, if I speak because I feel it is the right action for me to take and because I feel I have a need to express myself, then the focus is on me. The listener's reactions become far less important. But if I speak in out in but if I speak out in order to manipulate or change another person, then their reaction becomes the focus of my attention and the measure by which I'll evaluate the result. And then for that's a resentment. For I'm encouraged to change Al-Anon, and for them it's a resentment too. I know for me, I constantly need to ask myself, Dion, are these the right intentions? What are you trying to do? Okay, and I might even write it out. I might do a pro and con list, right? Which actually is just a closing technique. So is flipping a coin. Can't make a decision? Flip a coin. Okay. You will get your answer. If you have to do 2 out of 3, you already have your answer. Don't count on the coin. The coin is helping you reach a decision. Heads, I do this. Tails, I do that. Flip. Oh, it's heads. Yeah, I really want tails, so I'm going to reflip that. Seat, then go tails. That's your intuition talking. It works really well. I haven't done that in a long time, but I used to use that all the time. Make a decision. I'd flip a coin. It's not the coin making the decision. Just remember that part. Right. So yeah, I have to, a good one is this for me. Am I causing more confusion than harmony? Now, people are naive. So I also have to remember that sometimes confusion may be necessary to find the harmony. Okay, Dion, can you rephrase that? Because I didn't understand. See, now who's doing that? That would be me, right? Because I'm not meeting them where they're at. I have an expectation, because this is probably my worst character defect right now. I think people know what I know. Now, I don't know everything. I'm in a certain area, right? Like if you took me to automotive, I would not be the teacher. I wouldn't. It's not my lane. I would be the one learning in that case, right? Which means, am I going to bring more confusion than harmony? Well, I'm probably going to bring more confusion because I'm confused, but I can utilize that to advocate for myself. Hey, I'm confused. Can you say it a different way so I understand, or repeat it? Okay, this is what I hear you saying, right? Is that in order to change the air filter, I need to take this cap off, right? And it unscrews now this alcoholic needed directions like that. Okay, Dion, no, I know you think how to change the air filter, but you don't. You've been doing it wrong for years. And I will still even try and do it my way until that other person shows me. My mind will be like, no, this is still the easier, softer way. I don't want to learn anything more. Right? He's like, yeah, but I'm going to take 30 minutes off your time. Dude, Dion, it's taking you 45 minutes to change the darn air filter. It should take 3. Come on. What are you doing here? Hey, I gotta be open-minded to that. So, yeah. At least my shoulder's feeling better yesterday. It was like my shoulder right here, like in the back. Yesterday, it started to have its own heartbeat. I was having muscle spasms. Ouch. So on the phone with Pastor Marcia, and she's like, "Are you okay?" Because I kept going, "Ow, motherfucker, ow!" And I couldn't help it. Sometimes I have pain. I don't do anything. She's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh, this is nothing compared to DTs. I'm gonna be fine." So I just snuggled with whenever I could. In fact, I should put that out here. My heating pad. All right. I may use exactly the same words in both situations. Yeah, it's talk about Dion here, very much. But I'm likely to feel much better about the experience if the focus is on myself. Ironically, the results usually seem more favorable that way as well. Okay. Right now, I'm a little too high for my house voice. See, I have different levels that I use. So I used to hear this all the time. Dion, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. And in my mind, that was your fucking problem. That wasn't my problem. Give me a D. Give me an E. I don't want to spell out denial. What do you got? Denial. Woo! D E N-I-A-L. Hey, that was not bad for your cheerleading. What does that spell? Oh, it rhymes. It spells denial. Denial. That's the shit I do during the day. It's called stimming. It makes me feel great. I will, if you're in the car with me for very long, I will change the words to the song while we're listening to. Don't make fun of this song. Well, what are you talking about? I love this song. I do it to every song. So. But what was it in this? Yeah, the tone of my voice. See, I can sound fucking mean. It doesn't take much. All I did was change my tone. This is my, no, we're serious tone. This is fucking serious, man. Now I'm a little bit more lighthearted, right? Yeah. I have to be aware of that myself. I do. Or I'll do, because if I talk normally, and I'm getting better at it, getting better. I don't always have to think of it now. Right? But yeah, I had to do that because people were saying, Dion, you're kind of unapproachable. And I heard it enough to where I'm like, okay, maybe you're just shy. No. I had to learn how to be a little bit more approachable. And I know that it's working because somebody asked me to be their sponsor, which is like the second, third time. I don't exactly know, but it's under 5 in the last 8 years. So people have asked me. And I'll tell you something. He hasn't followed one direction. He hasn't followed any of them. Actually, I've only given him one. You got to text me every night going to bed, right? We're meeting today, and we'll talk about that. You bet. I'm not going to give up. No. Do I have? And I'll let you know. In my mind, I'm just going to tell on myself because it's not cool. In my mind, my mind's like, this person isn't willing. They ain't going to make it. That is not a decision I get to make. If he shows up today at 11, we're going to do that first step. You bet your ass we are. Yes. Today's reminder, today, instead of aiming only for the results, I will consider taking actions because they seem to be the right actions for me. We're not results people, my friends. I'm not the result. I do not plan the result. I might plan the plan, and the plan is subject to change, but the result, I have no fucking clue. I have a vision in my head. Will it be like that? Probably not. Okay. But I know that now. Before, I would demand it. Okay. I would demand it. Okay. I mean, and there's a big difference between demands and requests. There certainly are. Okay. Now, when I go to meet with Aurora Mental Health on the 18th, I told them I have a list of demands, and that is what I called it. Because without those, the answer is no. The answer is no. And it's funny because I asked some people, oh, Leisure, I didn't send you an invite, but I'll send you an invite to the WhatsApp if you want to help us work on opening the halfway house. We've got like 7, 8 of us now. Some people aren't even in, but it's a great place to start and things, and a tasty way to do it. Sorry, commercials. Even if I knew that tomorrow the world would go to pieces, I would still plant my apple tree. Martin Luther. Yeah, I would. Because even if you knew that the world was ending tomorrow, you don't really know. You don't know. Ow. Sorry. Yep, heating pad. Gonna be heating pad time for Dion. Um, yeah, we really are. Let's restart this. What a beautiful thing God's given us. That our higher powers have given us, that nature, or whatever you want to call it, because I'm saying it that way so you feel included, because as far as alcoholics go, I'm pretty all inclusive. Yeah. I really do want you to make it. I want you to make it. Whether I like you or not, I want you to make it. Because that's what God wants. See, it's a lot of times these decisions aren't mine. God allows me to make those decisions. Isn't that kind of him? But before I got to AA, I didn't have decisions. I didn't have options. Alcohol made all the decisions for me. Dr. or Mr. Jekyll, he did whatever the fuck he wanted. And there's a part of me, I still do whatever the fuck I want to. I'm that kind of person. If I would have been, 20, 30 years old in the 70s, I would have been a hippie, man. I would have been one of those people that, no, I don't work. But see, I do it different and people don't understand. And I get judged for that. I agree, Leisure. And I think it's really important that I remember this, and I'm saying me, because I'm gonna tell you a little story. Story time, yeah, it's story time. See, I'm trying to be a little bit more entertaining. I thought I'd get more views if I start bringing more drama into these. That's why I've noticed with these other ones that are popular, it's all drama. All right. Trying to remember the story I was going to tell you. Damn it! What was I thinking about it? Stupid. Not me. I was going to say stupid going off track because I thought of something else. I remember. Okay, I used to be on this team called the West Side Drug Free Youth Team. And you guys probably already know about the recovery walk in September. We've been doing that the first year was 1988. That's when Joe Wright started it. And Joe Wright was the owner of Arapahoe House. Since then, Arapahoe House got shut down by a series of people doing stupid things. And now it's run by a person who actually stole it. It was just sitting there, and she stole it literally. The paperwork, everything. She stole it. Now it's a body brokerage thing. Anyway, I was on this team called the West Side Drug Free Youth Team. And we were part of the recovery walk. And the man that ran it, his name is Patrick Vigil. Great guy. Phenomenal guy. He did so much for us. We had won the governor's award that year for best prevention team. I was the oldest person on there, and I was the only person not going to school. I was 18. I'd already graduated from my GED, but I was living on Skid Row. I was living at the Phoenix Concept, and that's still Skid Row. The Phoenix Concept. Well, not anymore. They moved it to white suburbia. Isn't that kind of them? Boom! It's gonna implode. So we were done with the walk, and my boss, Patrick, he comes over. He's like, "Hey, Dion, the governor was wondering if you would say a few words." I'm like, I'm very shy. I know you guys may not think so, but I am. I'm shy. I'm extroverted, but I'm shy. I think that just might be part of me trying to be terminally unique. Just call it what it is. But I was scared. So I asked God. I did the serenity prayer because it was now. Okay. My wife Shannon, she was with me. She was my girlfriend at the time. And I stood in front of the Capitol steps, and there were thousands of people out there. And I talked about how alcohol does not, and remember, I've got some time on, but I talked about how alcohol doesn't care what race you are or anything else, and that we got to come together. And the whole crowd just cheered and roared and roared. And I thought to myself, this is what I want for the rest of my life. So yeah, see, yeah, I was talking to Pastor Marcia about this. I'm a fantastic speaker, but nobody ever asks me. Nobody ever asks. No. And she's like, well, I've thought of you. I said, well, great. I'm glad you thought of me, but you didn't ask. Yeah, you people got to take that extra step. I can't read your minds. I'm glad you thought of me, but that doesn't know. No, I know, but yeah, no, no thanks. Yeah, no. It's going to be a little bit harder to bring them in because they're going to be in jail. So that is what I'm going for now. That's what I'm going for. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Um, yeah, not sure what I'm going to do today. We do have our noon meeting. If you would like to join us, we do have a meeting at noon. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you, Leisure, and you too, Amber. Uh, I appreciate your support and being here. You're two of the people that are pretty much here every day. Um, it's weird because I probably had, I don't know. I think people just get tired of me sometimes, and then they just disappear. Of course, that's alcoholism, isn't it? Okay. All right. I'm just trying to figure out where these people are at. They're like, yeah, and then poof. And I wish I could be everything to everybody. But then I would just be fake, wouldn't I? So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I love you. Peace out and have a day.